To be queer in youth is to constantly feel uncouth, a consistent brushing of a permanently stained tooth. This is a lifestyle that's predetermined, an adolescence of trying to conceal behaviours you were birthed in. But you wager a war for control, to stem the flow of the aimless conversation your sexuality pulls. But you know that fight is futile, but waving the white flag is just so brutal. So you push it to the side as you occupy your time, find new ways to help you compartmentalise. Focus on the softer blows the future holds, as how much of the weight of this place will crush you is still untold. Your education is deemed your ticket to freedom, the prospect to escape to the city of Eden, an exodus that will shed you of this challenging climate, as to blur into the masses is to no longer be a threat. But you spend so long chasing the tales of romantic ideals that you lose sight of how it is you currently feel. The future will always be better, you say, but you forget about the changes that enable this in the present day. And when you reach that checkered line of your short-term aspirations, you begin to see what parts of yourself you've been neglecting. That familiar spinning out of control starts to feel like an endless denouement to your yearning soul. You move to a foreign place, but it's just a state of mind. It turns out everywhere you go, you take yourself, that's not a lie. And you finally see your reflection. It stops you in your tracks, picking apart your internal foundations and mechanics. And you devise that this is what you've been looking for, a hyperfixation that can feed the validation you've been waiting for. And suddenly your face is refracted in 17 smartphone cameras. This is what feeling desired is. You drink it up like some trapid poison, still unsure of the strength of these internal foundations you stand upon. But an honest mirror bends to every city. In transformation of structure, weight and density, the wet deposition of aluminium bends to any shape, commands any room within. Lead me to the bathroom to peer once more, trace the sulfite pulp, stretching my jaw, bulbous, grotesque, retching. If a mirror changes in every city, does that not redefine my reflection? Let me choke on the fingers of another man's hand, feel the syllabic weight of words tearing at my bruised glands, unleash the molten contents of a crying soul, take the enamel tongue and mouth of the toilet's bowl. The condors of guilt and shame prepare to feast on my broken frame, a blood clot, saliva, sweat suffocating every pore, once again laying limp on the bathroom floor. To live like this, to accept a life of perpetual fear, a nauseating killer that only grows year on year, banishing myself from friends, family, me, for a disease symptomized by the calculated doubt of insignificance and unattainable vanity. To rip open the jaws of my deceit, reclaim ownership of the name that has cunningly coerced me, rid my mouth of this intrepid stammer, take to past mirrors with a redox steel hammer. I now stay put in my city, moving vampirically, relinquishing rich in potassium and vitality, no longer in perturbation of borrowed time, 2 decades to swallow my first breath and to feel the beautiful weight of a sigh. How farcical, the true futility of a looking glass, for now I admire my raised cheeks and milky teeth at long last, greeting me in the lakes I swim, to the tarnished trig points I climb, or reflected in the company of those with whom I spend my time. A journey to smash the glass table begins in the possession of such a label, rids one of the systemic feeding tube which I always concealed, satiating myself with such corrupt ideals. If a mirror changes in every city, how happy I am to finally see me, no longer beholden to where I stand geographically, as to feel, to dance, and to love willingly is priceless to the great expense of living a life so self-consciously.